What are we doing today? We got a hay day going on today. So we got 51 round bales cut, and we're going to be stacking what we can in the barn today. And then the rest of them we're going to stack outside. They're net wrapped, so they'll sit outside okay, but we'll feed those off first. I think hay is going to get real expensive this year. And so even though I'm cutting some of my own, I put in a new 24-acre field this year, so that's not going to have any hay production to speak of off of it this year. So I ended up getting some bought so that I can buy them here. You know, hay's always cheapest. People are trying to get rid of it. They don't want to store it. They store hay and you got to buy it from them in December or something like that, and hay gets real expensive. But with input costs where they are, God only knows where the supply chain's headed and what's the next thing that we can't get. Hell, it could be net wrap next coming up. Or maybe it is net wrap already. Who knows anymore? This world's crazy. But yeah, we're loading hay today in the barn and loading hay outside the barn. I'm going to take you guys along for a lot of tractor and loader work today. Well, and of course those cows had to make a liar out of me. Any other time I'd be out here, they'll be all up here trying to figure out what's going on, seeing if I'm bringing them any corn, see if I'm bringing them any hay. So we're gonna go back and see them here. It is rather warm though, so I guess I can't blame them for not wanting to leave. The way that our land works, it slopes down and continues down towards the river. So the further back you get, the cooler it gets, terrain-wise. So usually you find them on these hot days. I think it's mid-80s today. Usually find them on these hot days back in this little low spot back here. So that's where we're gonna go look. Just as I thought, they're all back here in this low spot. So we've got two separate pens back on the property. This is what we call our finishing pen. And this is about 2.5 acres. And all the cows up in here, they get grain in their feed. So these guys are getting fattened up to be finished out. There's a couple of them in there that aren't too far away. And they've got this whole area to themselves. There's 5 of them in there. And there's hay and there's grain fed every day up to these guys. So these guys get their grain. We got this space in between. And this is where we do our cows and calves. And we've also got our herd bull in this pen as well. These guys don't get grain, they just get grass. Cows have been presumably bred by Dexter right there. Who's our Hereford herd bull. And we've got a Holstein right there and a couple of Angus Holstein cross and Charolais Holstein cross. Then mostly just Angus cross calves and a straight Angus back there. She's bred as well, presumably. Nothing's been vet tested yet. But this is where most all of them hang out, just this low shady spot all day long. This is about same size, it's 2.5 acres. And these guys just get a round bale. They get out of hay, I put more round bale in. And then the area just gives them a little bit to eat from. I also take and move these guys into this middle section, which it's not too far off being able to be grazed on. That's how our operation goes. And then we've got fields that we do hay and cut hay on. We've considered the rotational grazing, but all of the fields we cut hay on that we own are kind of far away. I don't have a water source on them, and it's just tough to haul water for these guys every day. So we leave them here. We like to see them at the house anyways. Gives me an opportunity to put my eyes on them every day and make sure everybody's good and healthy. But that's kind of how our setup is, and I figured they'd come up and see me when I was doing my hay, but guess not. It's too hot today. I don't blame them. I'm gonna go get me a glass of lemonade and wait for the next load of hay to come. Do this all over again. Well, thanks for coming along with me today while we got this hay here at the farm. We got about a total of 51 bales, I think is what it totaled out to be, sitting at the farm today. That's half what we're gonna need. We like to put about 100 bales at the farm today, and whatever else we cut for the year, we ended up selling, or we will end up selling. I try to get about 50 bales in the barn. That's about what I can fit in the barn total, and that kind of keeps them protected throughout the fall and the winter when it's raining heavily. This time of year, sitting outside, not a real big deal at all. I'm gonna enjoy my glass of lemonade. I'm gonna sit back, relax a little bit, and probably tinker around for the rest of the evening. But that's what we had going today, big hay delivery. We'll get our second cutting coming up here in another month or so, and we'll keep about 50 of those, and then we'll be selling the rest, and we'll be hopefully selling that third cutting. That's always rain dependent. But anyway, thanks for coming along. If you like this kind of content, subscribe, like this video. I'll be posting more of it as we go, and can see what it's like. Take care, guys.